Hi, I'm Chris,
And I'm Cynthia.
and we're the Hanya family.
So, for those of you who are new here, welcome, and let's listen to some great music together.
Yes.
Yes. Today is Friday, and we have chosen to do our Friday favorites on Friday. We always do that.
Do we?
We love to show you guys the music that we enjoy. Well, the artists and bands that we enjoy.
Yeah.
The songs are always ones that we haven't heard of before because that just makes it more fun and more of a natural reaction.
Yeah. I mean, we can't do songs we've known.
Exactly.
It's not a reaction then, is it?
Not really. So this time I chose The Cars, and the song is called Moving in Stereo.
Mm-hmm. Moving in Stereo.
It was 1984, I believe, when I fell in love with The Cars, actually.
Yeah, that's about time for me. All the well-known songs.
All the very big hits, yes.
The big hits. The big hit album that they had in 84, you know.
Yeah. But this apparently is off of, it looks like it might be off of that album, but it was maybe a different side, was it?
No, it's 78.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But the picture was still there.
That's a different picture. That you imagine that album cover is from 84. It's not. It's from 78.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, I don't know a whole lot about like their albums and that kind of thing. I just know their hits that I knew at that time.
Yeah, I don't remember what the album cover was like for that one. I think it was 84.
Yeah, 84 for sure is when I got into them. Whether it was that time that it came out, I don't know.
But yeah, the album, that's their first album, self-titled if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, that was from 78.
Interesting.
Yeah. So we should get into it. This is The Cars with Moving in Stereo.
Life's the same, I'm moving in stereo. Life's the same, except for my shoes. Life's the same, you're shaking like tremolo. Life's the same, it's all inside you. It's so easy to play up your breakdown. It's so easy to fly through a window. It's so easy to move with the sound.
This has a really cool groove.
Yeah.
I like the feel of this a lot.
Yeah, and they're really using the whole stereo thing really well.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm enjoying that too.
Yeah.
It's so neat the way they did that.
I know. Right from the first, they had kind of, and it was kind of basic, but at the first, just
Yeah,
really
in
quiet.
the beginning,
But then
yeah.
you had the vocal going from one side to the other, then from the other side to back to, and it was really interesting for sure.
Yeah.
But then all the instruments seemed to be kind of spread apart.
Yeah. They're
know?
doing a great job of just putting across the message of stereo just
Yeah.
by doing that.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, really taking advantage of it for sure. And that's really interesting. I like that.
I
for
find a really funny line that I caught is life's the same except for my shoes.
Life's the same except for my shoes.
I'm like, huh? Okay. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
They always have interesting lyrics as well. They're
Yeah.
quite a good band. And I hear a lot of influences, like maybe a little bit of Roxy, some Bowie maybe.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I feel that too a little bit because it's just so, I don't know, odd. Odd is a good word for it, I think.
Maybe a bit of Velvet Underground as well.
But I'm really enjoying it. Like
Yeah.
it's got such a neat groove going on.
Mm-hmm.
And his vocal is so interesting all the time. I don't know what it is. I've always
Mm-hmm.
enjoyed it.
Well, there's two vocals. That would be the bass player there, I think.
Yeah.
Then there's Rick Ocasek.
Well,
who's
all the
good.
vocals are awesome, always.
Well, Rick's vocal is pretty interesting because he's got a really deep voice.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
And then it gets balanced out.
Yeah, and the other guy, he's also a baritone, but he sounds more suave, I suppose.
Yeah, that's a good word.
Yeah,
I always felt like the vocal on it was very interesting to me from the very first time I heard them.
yeah,
You know,
for sure.
it was different. It just the tones that are used are very different.
For sure, they're a very interesting band, quite talented. Rick
Yeah.
is, I think Rick produced all the works for them. I'm not sure. Don't quote me. They may not. And this one would be the first album, but
Who knows?
Rick became a really good producer, at least later on. I know
Yeah. Well, we should finish this up.
that. All right.
That was so cool.
I know. I love how they use the effects.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so interesting, especially for the time, right?
Yeah. Well, it was 78. They were, there's a lot of synth in this. For
Yeah,
sure.
a lot of synth because it was probably one of those things where around that time it was a fairly new thing, right?
Mhm. And they wanted to be a little different. Plus, I do suspect there was a little bit of Roxy music influence.
Yeah,
Especially
probably.
the way the lead singer is singing. You really kind of feel a Brian Ferry
Yeah,
feel,
a
right?
little bit. A little bit in
And,
certain areas at least.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. I love that little that bassy sound. That
Yeah, that's
It-
really neat.
yeah, it was hitting me in the right ear every 2 seconds or so. Really interesting. Really
Yeah.
loved it. This is a great song.
It really is.
And from their first album, their first album was really good. I mean, just what I needed was like my favorite song of
Yeah.
theirs, and it's on this album.
When I was a kid, I didn't know that one as like right away.
I didn't either, but I learned this song I learned just what I needed in around 90,
Yeah.
because I was working at a club, and it was an older, like a classic music club, right? I didn't really consider this classic music because it's the Cars. I grew up with them myself.
Right.
But that song was on a CD that I had, and I was like, okay, I'll try that out. And when I listened to it, I was like, oh my God, this is really good.
Yeah.
And I couldn't help myself. I played that at the classic place no matter what. I just played it anyway.
Yeah.
So,
But I mean, with this one, it feels more grown up for my taste. Like when I was little, when I first heard the Cars,
mhm.
I loved it, of course, but it was their more poppier sounding hits.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Well, 84. I
Right,
mean,
in
You're going
84.
to have all the major hits from then.
But this is more appealing to me now. I think when I was a kid, it wouldn't have appealed to me quite as much.
Probably not as much, no.
You know what I mean?
Same as me, really. But
Yeah.
just what I needed, even when I was a kid. I mean, that sound would have really, if I'd have heard that one, I would have gone back and looked for sure.
Yeah.
Because that's amazing.
But the
And-
stuff they had out on Much Music in 84, that was, they're more popular hits.
Certainly
I
was.
loved it, though. They were so well done.
Much Music was
know?
good with playing some of their earlier stuff too. I think they had an album out in 81, and they did a lot of songs from that album because it was much more interesting.
Yeah.
To them anyway, because Much Music. This is what I like about Much Music is it was one of those channels that was very experimental.
Yeah.
Not like MTV.
It
MTV was they were definitely edgy when they could,
Yeah.
but they were so
What I liked is that it
I don't
was
know.
just a complete, like, we had mostly music on that channel. There was almost no talking going on, except
Mhm.
in between the songs here and there. The VJs would
Yeah.
talk,
But they'd play like a set before they went back to talking, so you'd always
Right.
get a good
And
collection
I mean,
of songs.
each VJ had their own set that they would play, their own style. So they would have like a
Yeah.
specific type of show, and it was so awesome.
Yeah, and then they started having their own shows. Like,
Yeah.
Chris Ward had City Limits.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Michael Williams had what was it called?
Oh my gosh.
Soul in the City.
Yeah, that's the one. I used to watch that
Yeah.
one a lot.
And each guy had his own thing. I think Steve Anthony had some kind of rock thing.
Yeah. And then oh gosh, what's her name?
Was it Erica?
That's the one.
Erica M.
Erica M.
The cutie.
Yep.
Yeah.
She was doing stuff too. I forget which one she was in charge of.
I'm not sure.
But then there was also, I don't know, there was a bunch of them. It was fantastic, and we got to listen to a
and-
lot of cool music.
Yeah, and JD Roberts. You may know
Yes.
JD as a journalist on Fox News now.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
JD Roberts, the VJ, was like one of the head guys in that whole
Yeah.
thing. In fact, he did the new music before Chum opened up Much Music. So
Yeah. But this was a fantastic song. I definitely enjoyed it. It was very interesting the way that they chose to record this one.
it's very well done. And they definitely emphasized the stereo part.
Yes. Very good. So I hope you guys enjoyed that one as much as we did. Of course, it was a good one for us. Don't forget to check us out over on Patreon. It's $3 a month, and we're adding things there all the time. Also, please like and subscribe to the channel, share with your family and friends, click that notification bell if you don't want to miss a video, and don't forget to enjoy yourself. Later.
Later.